getting closer. Oh, so closer. To the middle of the store. The mercenaries. Okay. Excuse me, sorry. Now playing as Dominic. You and Rose and Tristan are loading up a wagon when a group of soldiers rides through the gate, led by Helene. She dismounts and begins talking with Bertel and Marco. You whisper. I have to hear what they're saying. I need to know if Kenya's still alive. How are you going to sneak over there without the guard spotting you? Maybe one of us can distract him for you. You'll probably be a little bit better, Rose. Rose makes her way over to the guard, positioning herself so he turns his back to you. What are you doing over here? I just wanted to take a break from all this hard work. She puts a hand on his gauntlet. And you looked a little lonely over here with no one to talk to. You're flirting with me, aren't you? How perceptive of you. This dude's really perceptive. Nothing gets past you, does it? No. In fact, some of the other guards call me Goran the Watcher. Tell me more. As the guard begins to ramble, you move closer to Bertel and Helene. Thank you, Rose. Looks like I sent the right person. A moment later, you're pretending to scrub the wall near Helena, Bertel, and Marco. It was a fool's errand. Kenya was gone before we ever got close. She made it. You weren't fast enough. On the other hand, we did secure a captive, a most exquisitely resilient captive. That is no way to treat a prisoner. You mean traitor. Bertel, take your time with this one and find out what he knows about Kenya. Marco turns and leaves. Let's take our guests to the dungeon, shall we? The guard shoves the monk with the butt of his sword. Move. The monk stumbles and falls, and the guard starts kicking him brutally. On your feet, prisoner. The guard brings his foot back for another kick. Oh, this would be an entirely bad decision. Everyone is looking, but Dom's gonna go for it. You dive between the guard and the monk, knocking aside the next blow. Stop it. You're going to kill him. Hey, what in the three hells do you think you're doing? You help the monk to his feet. This man's a traitor to the crown. Maybe you want to join him in the dungeon. I can talk my way out of this, but should I appeal to Bertel's mercy or Helene's sense of justice? Justice. You turn to Helene. Please, I couldn't watch this cruelty, regardless of his crimes. Prisoners should be treated with dignity. I agree with this servant. Thank you. Guard, take the monk to the dungeon. There's no need for further abuse. Fine. I'll wait till I have all my tools. After I'm through with him, he'll be spilling his guts literally and figuratively. Bartel strides off, and the soldier drags the monk away. Later in the kitchens, Tristan grins. That was amazing. Dom, you're like a hero in one of the legends of the Five Kingdoms. I have to admit, I'm impressed. And this is just the beginning. I'm not going to let them kill that man. I'm going to save him. I'll help. I'm going to do everything I can, just like you, Dom. Tristan, we should be cautious. Come on, Rose, you're with us, too, aren't you? There's just no stopping you. I'm there. Does that mean you're in? I'm in. Just promise me you won't tell Mother. She has enough to worry about. It's a deal. Now playing with Kenya. Hand over your weapons. You and Gabriel reluctantly hand over your weapons. And your money. Val, we're not thieves. Taking money from captive doesn't always make you a thief. Sometimes it makes you a plunderer or a conqueror. They might be Leon's friends. Do you want to explain to him why we stole from people asking to see him? This patrol was much more interesting before we got paired together. This sort of thing is exactly why Leon insisted that patrols have at least one of his former soldiers. Blah, 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 don't take their money. I've got it. Come along, you two. As you and Gabriel are led through the grasslands by mercenaries, you whisper to Gabriel. I thought you said we could trust Leon. Why not tell his people who we really are? A lot can change in 2 years. We are vulnerable, like a newborn. This world is not safe for us yet. Yeah, I got that when they took our weapons. As far as I can tell, they're only being cautious. At least this is a chance to impress them. I'll need their support too. Hey, something on your mind? What are you two whispering about? Just that you and your companion seem mismatched. Oh. Yes, one of you seems to have gotten the lion's share of the armor. Oh no, he's got better armor. He's got full armor and you've only got woven leather to protect you. Ha, pretty boy Jackson's just like all the rest of Leon's men. Castle-born, so cocky and prime with all their fancy armor and shiny swords from Stormholt. Between you and me, he spends hours trimming that beard. At least I take the time to wash myself regularly. Some of us hold themselves to higher standards. Val, you weren't ever a soldier for Stormholt? Oh, not me. I'm a mercenary through and through. Everything on my back I paid for, myself. I follow Sylvan. I've been in his outfit for 11 years now. Jackson here came with Leon and his company. He's still getting used to the mercenary life, but he misses having someone to bow to. Very funny, Val. I'm done fighting for kings. What have kings ever done but sit on their thrones, polishing their crowns while men like me die in the mud for them? Does anyone really polish a crown? You blame the royalty, Jackson. I went away to war with promises that my family would be looked after. But when the war was lost and I finally made it back, our home had been burned and my wife and son had starved to death. All I can say is, That must have been devastating. I know what it's like to lose someone you care about. It was the hardest thing I've ever had to endure. Not everyone can stand that. I'm glad you do. Understand that. Believe me, I get it. Anyway, that's how I ended up in Leon's army. At least, he keeps his promises. Well, the fool queen got her due. Jackson's just sore that he wasn't on the losing side. He was on the losing side. The fool queen? You know, the one got her head cut off when she tried to call all the kingdoms together? And so you call her the fool queen? Yeah. Got a problem with that? Keep quiet. No, no problem at all. That's what I thought. Gabriel whispers to you. I'm surprised. I thought you'd lose your temper. I don't like what she said, but we need these people on our side. Starting a fight wouldn't be smart. I guess you have grown. You enter the mercenaries' sprawling camp. All around you, armed men and women bustle about, sparring, drinking, and laughing. There are hundreds here. I didn't expect so many. 2,000 exactly, the biggest mercenary force in the 5 kingdoms. This is a most impressive encampment. Yeah, it's good to return to modest comfort of home. Tents, hot meals, and a lot of ale. Speaking of which, we've been out on patrol too long. I need a drink. How about you, Jackson? You can't seriously want to stop for ale now. Not when we've got these 2 with us. Ain't like they're going anywhere. Why not take a break? We've earned it. Sorry, yawn. Typical mercenary. You talk so high and mighty, but you're one of us now. That may be, but at least I still have discipline. Discipline's for fools. Have a drink with me. We can play some knife games, and our guests can wait. I don't know. You whisper to Gabriel. This could be our chance to get to know them, to figure out what they're willing to fight for, other than gold. And just how are you planning to persuade them to talk to us? That's easy. A little ale ought to do the trick. Tutorial. By spending time with the mercenaries, you learn more about them and get a chance to recruit Jackson as your ally. Wait here. You and Gabriel sit on a nearby log while Val and Jackson drink and gamble with some other merchants. It does look like fun. A little while later, they return. On your feet, we'll take you to Leon now. You drunk and stumbling, dude? You little happy. The mercenaries lead you to a tent at the center of the camp. A familiar man stands inside, overlooking a table covered in mops and plans. Travelers here, they say they know you, Leon. Leon's eyes go wide when he sees you and Gabriel, but he quickly covers it up. Travelers, you let just anyone walk into the heart of our camp. We took their weapons and they wanted to talk to you, like I said. Give us a minute. Jackson and Val leave. Leon turns to Gabriel furiously. You brought her here? You're supposed to be her bodyguard. Do you have any idea what danger you're putting her in? The entire world is dangerous for her now. Obviously, we had hoped for a better reception than this. A better reception? This isn't the Grand Hall, Gabriel. That life is over. For all of us. There's no returning to it. Leon, please, hear me out. You were once a fearless warrior. Can you be again? King Luther has sailed for the Iron Empire and left himself open to attack. Together we can retake Stormhold. He has? Yes. You have the army we need. Join us. Leon looks torn. You make a good point, but my answer is still no. Luther is too powerful. You're 2 years too late for the speech. It's not too late. I have close to 150 troops who pledged to help me retake Stormhold. King Luther's army would crush that number without even breaking a sweat. The best I can do is sneak you both out before the others realize who you are. I'm sorry, but I can do no more. You remind me so much of your mother. I wish we had more time. As Leon opens the tent flap to leave, you see an enormous man waiting on the other side. What the hell's Leon? You meeting without me? This is personal, Severin. I was just meeting with an old friend. Old friend? My ass. You're an awful liar, Leon, and I hate being lied to. Severin reaches down and grabs your chin. You're the queen. I know a royal, pampered face when I see one. You're mistaken. I am. Severin holds up a crumpled wanted poster with your face sketched on it. You know the Blood King, Luther Neracus? Well, he knows you. Turns out his wimp put a bounty on your head, your majesty. Ha! Turning you in will be the easiest coin I've ever made. What the frag? Progress. You choose not to buy the mercenaries' drink. As a result, they don't trust you very much. Jackson, in particular, is wary of you. Crap. $60 out of 100. This is not going to be an easy battle at the end of this. This is not going to be an easy battle at the end of this game. At the end of the story. Doop doop. 24. Woo woo. 5. With Kenya and Gabriel being held captive, they'll need to fight for their freedom. Meanwhile, Dominic sneaks into the Stormhold dungeon. Ooh-doo-dee-doo.